say? What you say? That you only meant well.
Broadcasting live from the Complete College Prospect Studio in Sin City. Heard around the world, discussing everything that is high school sports, is the Who's Up Next podcast.
Hey, welcome to the show. I know it's a strange day since we're doing it on a Saturday instead of a Sunday. We'll be back to Sundays next week. We got a really good show going today. You're catching us wherever you are, whether it's on YouTube, X. I stream everywhere, so I'm on all platforms. So wherever you're watching this show from, I appreciate you being here, whether that's Twitch or anything else. We got some great kids to showcase today. Got a lot of information to put out there. Definitely didn't want to let you guys not have a show. I'm busy tomorrow, so of course I want to get it knocked out on a Saturday. Like I said, we'll be back. Well, I'll be back on Sundays next week. Start getting some guests in. It's the start of football season, fall sports as a whole. So that's going to be fantastic. Soccer and everything else. So I'm again excited to be here. What up, Mondo? Good morning. Let's get at it, man. You know what I'm saying? So today we're going to be showcasing, you know what? We can't start the show without truth, because I need you to understand what the Who's Up Next show is about. I don't always have the answers that you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear so that your kids can get to where they need to go to. And if you're a coach, you can learn and know what you need to do and how things are changing, because the winds are definitely changing, and you can move your program in the right direction. So here you go, truth.
If you tell the truth, you're going to ruffle feathers. If you tell the truth, you lose your job. If you tell the truth, people think you're a bad guy. The truth is the problem that people have in society. I like to see the reaction to the truth.
Hey, what up, E-Money Jules? Good morning to you too, man. Let's see. All right, now that we done got that out the way, I want to get into some things. You know, we always going to go over the NIL situation, any new updates on that, scholarship offers, things like that. We got a movie trailer for the young man Ben out of Green Valley High School, heading into his senior season. We got that. We got we got 2 basketball players, football players, soccer. Hit World is on for today, so you know what it is. But I wanted to get into a couple things before we got into all that. Let's talk about the NCAA. Let's just get straight at it. So the NIL thing is definitely ever shifting. There's a couple more court cases going on right now. Some schools that are smaller schools that want to fight it. It's not going to happen. Like they're not going to win. This whole thing about the NCAA paying players, everything like that. Like I said, 2025, all that changes. What I did want to start with is this: for all you 2025 athletes that are worried about you haven't committed to a school yet, or you haven't received your offer yet, don't sweat it. I promise you, don't sweat it. Every school, look, all these coaches have a plan, right? They all have a plan. They all keep a couple offers in the back pocket just in case a diamond starts to shine that they have their eye on and they can get them or her. They trust me, they're ready for it, right? But the other side of that, especially in a situation like football, I told you guys with the changing of profit sharing, the NCAA is completely revamping the way that they do everything. So they're going, instead of it being a per player situation, there was 2 ways that scholarships worked in college for years, right? For decades. They're changing that. Now they're capping it. Right? They're just going to cap it at the amount of players you can have on your roster. So with basketball, I think they're going up to like 17 to just leave it there. It's going to hurt walk-ons for sure. It's going to hurt high school recruiting probably in like 26, 27. But in 25, like football, normally you had 85 scholarships, but a team might carry like 100, 115 players because they have walk-ons and other things. They're not going to be able to do that anymore, right? With the new rules, they're going to go ahead and let them get 20 extra scholarships. So the offers that are out there, right? The commitments that are out there, those guys, that's already done, right? But schools are, in about a month or two, they're about to get told that they can go ahead and put out that extra for football, that extra 20 scholarships that they have, right? They're going to be able to do that. That's going to cap out the amount of players they can have on the roster. But understand, the people that have already committed, that was based on what they thought they had and they were able to do from last year, the old rules. So most of these sports, basketball, football, soccer, a little bit. I think soccer is getting bumped. Like, it's not necessarily getting bumped up, but because they're definitely going to lose a little bit on the roster is how I read it, because of all the extra that they carry, but they're going to have a solid amount of offers of scholarships that they have too. So look, there's offers coming. There's going to be offers coming. There's going to be things coming. And for you athletes that are, and again, and that depends too, because now, like I said, in 2025, kids are going to get paid with the profit sharing. And so because of that, some kids are going to choose not to go into the draft in different sports because they can get paid. They may not be going high enough, and so they'd rather just get paid in college. I told you it's a 22% across the board, right? 22% revenue sharing is how that's going to work out. And so you're going to have things like this, right? So let me shoot up here. So out in West Virginia, right? They're opening an NIL restaurant. It's a little conglomerate, which is how NIL deals work. So what they're going to do is they're going to open up a pub style bar. And so when it comes to the revenue, a portion of that revenue will go to Country Roads Trust, right? So Country Road Trust is the NIL company that supplies money to West Virginia. So let's say that they come in and say they want to top off and go like Nike did for Oregon, right? And go with, Nike went unlimited. The one of the founders of Nike said unlimited money to Oregon. Now all of a sudden Oregon went from like the number 10, number 11 recruiting class over the last 3 weeks to the number 1 recruiting class. You have people complaining about it, but it is what it is, business, right? So these things are going to happen. And so you guys got to be prepared. That's why there's going to be so many changes. The number 1 quarterback in the country, Juju, he just decommitted from USC to commit to CU. And people thought that those offers were locked in. For these kids that you see putting up their commitments and all that stuff, none of that matters either. Until you sign your letter of intent, that's the thing that secures you and the school into a contract. And so until that happens, if I'm being honest, all of these kids that are saying they committed to here or whatever, and all these coaches that are getting excited, that's all smoke and mirrors for right now. Some kids are going to fail classes. They're not going to be able to follow through. Some kids aren't going to be able to get into the college programs that the colleges aren't going to accept them. There's sadly, this happens every year since the beginning of the NCAA, right? So these things are going to happen. So just go out and perform. If you're a 2025 athlete, go out, do your job, perform, and you're going to be just fine, right? You're going to be fine. There's things to do, but you're going to be fine. It's important to go get this season in. I had a chance to talk to some athletes because the NCAA was considering moving the national signing day to August from here on moving forward. And you guys better thank the head coaches of Texas football and Texas A&M football, because they went to war with the NCAA to inform them that would hurt kids. It would force some kids to reclass and just forego their whole senior season because they didn't want to mess up their scholarship offers, get injured or anything like that. And so the NCAA has tabled that indefinitely. They did leave the right to bring it up later on at different meetings, but for now that's tabled. They're going to leave it in December where it is, which I think is the right decision. I haven't been mad at anything the NCAA has done when it comes to these decisions, whether it's paying the athletes, where the national letter signing day is, NIL deals, everything. So again, compounded, things are changing. And again, for you high school coaches that are watching on these different platforms, hey, get your mind right, because the old way of doing, again, these kids are going to be a little bit harder to deal with because you're going to have to start understanding that they're worried about their business, they're worried about their brand. And I know what's going through your head right now is it's not about that. Yes, it absolutely is about that. It's going to be impossible for you to say it's not about that when we're going to find out. I think the University of, I think USC said that we should start hearing about what they're definitely going with 22% profit sharing. But we should start hearing about those numbers by October, November. The departments are putting everything together, and we should see that across the board about what schools are paying out, because they're also taking money, like I said, to put names on fields and gyms, on uniforms, everything like that. That all becomes revenue, all of that, right? So that we're going to see some changes. There's going to be some kids that committed over here at a smaller school, but then this other school is able to give them like 100,000, 200,000, 600,000 a year. I promise you that they're leaving. And so there's going to be openings. So just make sure you don't worry, get out there, do what you got to do. It's going to be all right. Let's get into this first video. It's a kid. His name is Peyton Gear, right? I definitely want to thank the partners of Complete College Prospect, Northeast Oklahoma Sports, for, again, a couple weeks ago, you saw a couple athletes that they sent over to CCP. I got them over here on the show. If this happened again, this kid, Peyton Gear, I just like him because him and his family stick to the, like, he's a basketball player. He's decent for sure. He still has a little bit of work to do. But his skill is there, working on the jump shot for sure. His mid-range is solid. His defense is solid. It's 3-point, behind the arc and back is a work in progress. But what I like about him is that they stick to the branding. His name is Bacon. I don't know about y'all, but I love me some bacon. You know what I'm saying? So it was immediate. The second that I saw that, and then I saw his film, I was like, yo, kid, got to get on. Peyton Gear, here you go.
It beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you. So sing along to my stereo.
Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? Like if we had chicken Travie, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. It's just the last girl that played me left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
Hey, like I told you guys, you know what I'm saying? He's solid. His mid-range game is nice. Hey, what's up, Katie? How you doing? Yeah, Bacon's mid-range game is nice. Steal game is nice. Defense is nice. He's definitely an up and down the court kid. I was checking out everything. Let's see. Yeah, let's go, Bacon. Everything I saw about him, good size. Everything like he definitely got a future in this thing. Again, floating on the threes, he gonna have to work on that. But outside of that, Bacon got a solid game. And then again, how can you just not love anything and anyone named Bacon? You know what I'm saying? Like that's, it's just a given. You're gonna hear that on the. I promise you, you know what? I'm gonna get Bacon on the show. I'm gonna get Bacon on the show because now I just got to see if his personality matches the name. If I had played the audio on it, his mother was bananas in the, you know what I'm saying, when it came to being in the stands. Like she made sure that everybody knew that was her kid, and I love that. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. He absolutely plays with confidence, and so that's what got him up here on the Who's Up Next show. Bacon, keep doing what you're doing, and I will be in contact. Let's see. Doop. Yo, okay. So again, before we get into another video, it's always going to be the truth here on the show. I always want to make sure I'm getting you guys the information that you need. You've heard it from me plenty of times, whether it's kids. I know for kids I've trained, for other athletes that I've worked with, whether they're from pro down, I always say the same thing. But for you younger men and women, it's important that you understand, right, what I'm talking about when I say, like, you must get a trainer. You must get work with some company to help you with recruiting. I'm definitely going to start putting up trainers on the show. I want to do that. I will definitely start putting up high school coaches that I think run good programs. I am a major. You guys know that I've been bashing Green Valley High School for at least a year on this show, right? They got a new coach, Bill Powell. I can't say enough about the caliber of man that this guy is. I'm not going to put his personal business out here and what he sacrifices for his team that he's only been with for a couple months, but I rock with that guy. I like that guy and everything that he does. And it's because of that I made sure to they now have a youth program feeder to their school. So I'm going to put their thing up later. I want to make sure we get some kids over there if you're in the Henderson or Las Vegas area. Send me your coaches. Send me your coaches. If they're great coaches, send me your coaches. I'll put your coaches on the show. You know what I'm saying? I mean that. Your coaches, your teachers, it doesn't matter. It takes a village to get a kid to their dreams. A kid can't get there on their own because they don't know what the road looks like. And sometimes the parents can't help a kid get where they're trying to go because the parents have never been on that road either. So along the way, there are people that will interject into the lives of these athletes and help them become the people that they're going to become. And if you know somebody that's great at that and that they give everything that they have to give for it, trust me, I want to put them on this show. I want to put them on the show and I want to give them their flowers now. That's just absolute money in the bag. Coach Powell is absolutely incredible. He is. He really is. You know what I'm saying? Love that guy. Love that guy. Bend over backwards for the guy. And so definitely going to keep putting him on here and following them the whole season. Let's go. But what I was talking about was the reason you need these. I'm a pump CCP. That's not even questioned. There's nobody that does what Complete College Prospect does in all the lanes that they're in. There are companies that do one thing that Complete College Prospect does. There might be another company that does one thing another thing that CCP does, and another one that does another thing. But Complete College Prospect does all of these things in one place, and they're just second to none when it comes to doing it. So, and for the price of it, it's ridiculous. You know, it really is compared to what everyone else is charging out there, because you have to have that in order to get where you're trying to go. Because again, I'm gonna show you these NBA kids. I saw some of these games when they were happening, and there were other kids on the other teams that were killing these NBA kids, but their parents, their dads played in the NBA. So this is what, after it was all said and done, this is what all of the reporting was about. And I'll wait till you tell me if you hear about any other kid whose dad didn't play in the NBA.
NBA kids have been going crazy this year. I'm sure y'all remember the Mississippi Missile, Monte Ellis. Well, his 8th grade son can go. MJ Ellis is next up. Chris Paul's son, Chris Jr., has come a long way since those State Farm commercials. Chris showed why he's one of the best 8th graders on the West Coast at the Nike Junior EYBL circuit. He was just coming off of an injury, but you would not have any idea. Chris Paul's biggest rival, Rajon Rondo, also has a son that can hoop. 6th grader Pierre Rondo went off at the March Madness tournament. They even won the championship. So sticking on the theme of legendary point guards, Derrick Rose's 5th grade son, PJ, plays on Ja Morant's AAU team. He was in the lab getting shots up with Ja, and clearly that paid off when he hit a game winner and secured the ship. 6'6" shooting guard Bryce James continues to get better. LeBron's youngest son might be on his way to the NBA as well. I know y'all just saw Bronny is going to stay in the draft. So last week in Atlanta at EYBL Session 2, Kyan Anthony had the biggest game of his EYBL career so far in front of Melo. It's so dope to watch Melo support at all of his games. And it was just something about that court in ATL, because the human highlight reel Dominique Wilkins pulled up to watch his 16-year-old son Jacob perform. He had his best game at EYBL as well, and his dad was super athletic, but Jacob is probably a better shooter already. So this was our first look.
We don't even have to go any further. There's still like maybe 40 seconds on that film, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Some of those games, those guys lost, but nobody's talking about the kids that beat them. This is what I mean by sports now in America have been around long enough that the kids whose parents played sports know the secrets, and people want to talk about their kids, and they get more pub. And so you're trying to compete for a smaller and smaller amount of spots, because kids of past athletes are taking those up even when they're not the better player out there. You need help. You know what I'm saying? Again, so let's look at it like this. For every spot that you're competing for, and that's soccer, basketball, football, baseball, it doesn't matter, right? For every spot that you're trying to get, there used to be a time where you could work out in your backyard, your local swimming pool, your local gym, and all those spots are available for you. But in today's world, the way that it works is now there is those people who, those athletes who have an advantage because of their parents being a professional athlete or being a collegiate athlete, right? Then it's the people that have money, right? Because they have the ability to pay for ex-athletes to train their kids and give them the cheat code, right? So now the amount of spots available for just the everyday athlete that just tries hard at home in their backyard, working out with nothing, it's minor. There's a reason. I'm not, again, you only get the truth here on this show, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not going to blow smoke. There's a lot of people that want to see their kid on 24/7 sports, or when it comes to basketball and football, or Rivals when it comes to basketball, or Prep Red Zone is way better at it. But those other ones that are the two major ones when it comes to your kid getting ranked, I'll wait while you tell me when you've seen at least 100 athletes in any 1 year, graduating year, on 24/7 sports. It doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like for Las Vegas for 2025, I think we just finally got up to like 16 athletes on there when it comes to football. But we know in the state there's thousands, right? But somehow we've only gotten to that. And most of that is connections. Most of that is somebody that knows somebody. I know a kid in there that's ranked on 24/7 sports right now that has never played varsity in the position that he plays, and yet somehow he's a 3-star on 24/7. But it's because he's Polynesian, and his dad knew another Polynesian guy that is big time in college, and then they kind of connected him with through 24/7, and then that got him on there. And I'm not mad. That's business. That's how it works. Good job, Dad. Right? But that's how that thing works, and with the connections. And so this kid has never played varsity at that position. He had to sit out all of last year as a punishment, right? So he only has a senior year that he's finally going to get to play linebacker. Love the kid. He's a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? But he's ranked. But I know some kids that been busting their butt every day, all same work, same everything. They've played all for 3 years, 4 years, and they still aren't in there. But they're making all state, they're making all conference, and they're still not over there, right? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. You need somebody in your corner to help you get where you're trying to go. That's the truth. Again, take it, don't take it. That's up to you, man. But you're fighting an uphill battle that I'm not telling you to fight. It's worth fighting for it. It's worth going out there to go get it. It's worth it. It's so worth it. I've told you. Being a retired athlete, there's nothing like being a professional athlete. There just isn't. And so I advise you to do everything you can, put in every dime that you can to get where you are trying to go. And there's just too much money on the table now. Like I said, college is not college anymore. College is lower tier professional athletes starting in 2025. When they start paying the athletes in 2025, they are no longer amateurs. They are professional athletes. They're just not the pinnacle of professional athletes. High school is going to be the new college. Boom. And for you guys going to youth sports at the upper levels, that's the new high school. You heard it here. Take it, don't take it. That's up to you. All right, man. So got to hit a commercial. Be right back.
I can't breathe. 999.
Hey, welcome back to the show. We're going to be getting into this video of Sienna here, soccer player, another amazing athlete. But before we get into that, I know I just had to hit y'all with some hard truth about how tough this road is and different decisions that you got to make now. But I wanted to, Neil deGrasse Tyson was on a podcast, and he said something that was important. And I want each of you athletes out there to listen to what is being said, and then I'll get back to you as soon as we finish watching this.
There's been about 100 billion people who have ever lived.
Wow, really?
Yes.
And there's only 8 billion now.
Now, about 100 billion if you add it up over all time.
Damn.
Do you know how many people can exist? You take a look at the genes, find out how many combinations of genes can make an authentic human being. And it is stupendously larger number than the 100 billion. What it means is you are alive against stupendous odds. You are breathing air, observing sunsets, gazing into the night sky. Most people who could exist will never experience that.
Wow. It's the gift. Because most people that could exist mathematically
will never exist.
Wow. So right there you are
you are as special a living entity as there ever was.
Amen.
Let's see. When it comes to trying to make your kids' dreams come true, it was extreme sacrifice as a family in order to get your athlete where they want to be. Facts. The entire family has to make those sacrifices. I wanted you guys to see that Neil deGrasse Tyson video, because I want you to understand that even though I'm telling you about the complications of it, right? Even though I'm telling you about the things you need to do, there's answers to the complications of how to get where you're trying to go. I wanted you guys to hear that because I want you to understand that in that, like when I first heard it myself, in that moment, I truly understood how unique and special my life has been, to have come from where I come from, to be born healthy, to come where I come from, to achieve what I've achieved, and to continue to do the things that I do, right? That I'm extremely special, and every single one of you are. Every single one of you. Like you fought against impossibility just to be able to compete in your sports, just to get the shot, right? There are some kids on your local team, on your high school team that play. I was at a scrimmage last night, and I got a chance to see that there were some kids that never touched the field. Some of those kids, this is their last year to play. You didn't even get to touch the field in the scrimmage. They never even got a chance to shoot their shot. So don't, if you get the opportunity to shoot your shot, do everything that you can to make sure that you do what you have to do when you shoot your shot, because the odds of getting the chance to even be that person, to shoot the shot. Everyone tells you that you say you want to be a professional athlete. They tell you how hard it is to get there, right? They say it's astronomical chances that you're going to get to be a professional athlete, but it's astronomical odds that you're even going to get a chance to be a high school athlete. We all know somebody. We know someone today. That is in high school. It's just high school. And they have never played. They've been on the same team for 4 years and they haven't gotten one play. They might get in at practice. They get nothing else. And they work hard. And they're not talented. They never even get this chance to shoot the shot. So understand how special you are because you get the opportunity. So when I say that you've got to go to the business side of this because of where things are going with college sports and NIL and them paying athletes and all of that stuff, and I tell coaches that they need to change and that things are going to get rough, athletes understand that you also have to change because that coach is giving you a shot to shoot your shot. That's why I hated Green Valley for so long, because the coach was letting people shoot a shot that have shown they don't want to shoot the shot. They just didn't want to shoot the shot, but there were kids waiting to shoot their shot. And that I can't condone. That I can't condone under any circumstance. I don't care what coach you are, who you are, where you're from. If you're unqualified for the job if you don't understand that. But it is a privilege to get to shoot the shot. That's a privilege. So remember that when your coach puts you out there, whoever you are, and you don't come to practice, or you come late, or you don't want to listen to them, or you don't want to take care of your grades, or you at home fighting with your parents were a big part of why you got the opportunity to shoot the shot. Because what was the odds that those two people were going to come together and make you? That's the truth. So just remember, you guys are extremely special. Every single one of you. Every single one of you. That's period, man. You guys are special, and I can't wait to be the one to see you and put you up. The job of a coach is to play the best player on the field to be the best player. Facts. Oh, absolutely facts. But that's what I'm saying. But if you're the best player and you get on the field, go be the best player. But if you are not, sit your ass down. Facts. Until you understand that you are going to waste your talent. You then get back up and go do what you have to do. But if you just refuse, if you refuse to understand your talent, then it's your coach's job to sit you down and say, hey, here comes your chance to shoot your shot. And you better get up here or I'll sit you down right over there with that person. And that's the truth. All right, let's get into this next video. Sienna, hey, this young lady is awesome, man. You know what I'm saying? She really is. Like, I like what I saw, man. I like what I saw about everything she do.
Last night, all I think about is you. Don't stop, baby, you can walk too. Don't want, baby, think about you. You know that I'm never gonna lose.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Usually I put something on TV, so we never think about you and me. But today I see our reflections clearly in Hollywood, laying on the screen. You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give. Fake water all across the road. It's gone now, the night is come. But sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happy.
Hey, I like Sienna's game so much. I gave her one of my favorite songs, man. Hey, all the music is up at the end. It comes up. That's Glass Animals. I love them. Yeah, Sienna's nice, man. Like, I love that she hustles and she's young. Like, Sienna still has a couple years to do her thing. But she works on both ends of the court. Her shot's nice. Her aggressiveness is nice. Her court vision is nice. And she has range, you know what I'm saying? So I really, 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 really liked her game. And there was more video I could have put up of her and stuff, but I'm 1,000% sure we'll see Sienna back on this show. So it's not even a question. But she's and great GPA. All these kids, you already know me. If the kid has a terrible GPA, they could be the Michael Jordan of their sport. They're not coming on the show because it's useless. It's useless publicity because they're not going to be able to go to college. So if you see a kid on this show, you know that their GPA is good. You know that I've gone through and looked at their social media and checked out whether they're a good person or not, and what people have to say about them. So every kid you see on this show, every coach you see on this show, every teacher you see on this show, every company that you see on this show, you can guarantee that I've made sure that I've taken a look at everything and that they're quality people, quality company, quality. Everything about them is something that I feel should be promoted in life. And so that young lady is amazing. She really is. She really, really is. Let's see. All right. So back to the NIL joint. This is what they're doing. This is how big it's going in certain schools. University of Texas, Lamborghini Longhorns. Now, Lamborghini doesn't necessarily scream Texas to me, but I get it. I love it. And I'm so happy for these young men and women out there that are getting that money. And some of those kids never thought they'd even be in a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I'm happy that they made sure to give them more like the hybrid SUV-ish Lambo than just letting them speed around the city. But yeah, man, that's where we going with this thing, right? So I love it. And this is the things that you guys got to get ready for, right? You got to get prepared for these things because that's out there. It's not going anywhere. Let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about the Green Valley Gators junior football team. I'm gonna put up the contact information and everything. Is fresh. This is Coach Powell's baby. He's got some other people working on it. Some of his staff is volunteering down there as well. So you're getting some of that high school education. That's at the youth level. I know that their quarterback coach, they just brought him in from, I want to say Texas or California. I've been told he has really good pedigree. I'm watching him. He is learning. I've seen him change significantly since the first day I met him. So he's starting to focus on the athletes, and I love that. And he's going to get better. But, he's definitely good for your kid working from the basics. But they 3 uniforms. I love it. This is the coach that you need to get in contact with, Randall Pins. Information's up there. Hey, all youth athletes, if you're trying to get on a nice squad, like I said, I don't know the program because it's brand new. This is the first year, right? What I know is who's at the top of the food chain in it and what he wants to do. And Coach Powell has a 5-year contract at Green Valley High School. And so that on that youth program, if your kid's in there now, if your kid's in there as they're, over these next 5 years, that they're going to end up at high school, making sure that they're learning things that would help them with the playbook as they get to high school, stuff like that. So again, you guys saw me help out with the Skyhawks over at Silverado. And now, if I believe in you, you on here. So there you go. Green Valley Junior Youth Football Team, the program. Get in contact with them, get your kid over there and get on board, man, with something good. And that way you could get in and go work under Coach Powell, man. Not just Coach Powell, Coach G, Coach Powell, Coach Johnson, Coach A. There's some freshmen and other JV coaches. I only know them a little bit. The athletic director over there, Coach Holly, amazing dude, definitely supports all of the programs there, band, everything. It should be a good pickup for you if you want to get over there and get on deck. For Coach Baker, for practices, that's why I put the information up there. I know they're working all the details out. I think they practice 3 days a week. I think it's Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Yes, they do. They will be doing spring ball. They will be doing sevens. They'll be doing all of that. So again, let me throw that back up there for you guys that might be interested in getting your kids over there. There you go. Please write down the information. Coach Randall knows that I was going to put this up for him. So all you guys got to do, take down his number, contact them. They're going to get you all the information. I know they're active right now, getting ready for building out for the upcoming fall season. And everything going forward from there. And then those kids will also have an opportunity to come out to Green Valley high school games. I swear that they said one of them will be a special team captain at every game, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's definitely something for your kid to get into. I'm a huge supporter of Coach Powell. We've talked, I'm gonna help build out both programs over the next 5 or 6 years, help them build out everything, anything that he needs from me, he's going to get, and just help them do what they have to do. I'm, like I said, huge supporter. Again, when it comes to both programs, right? I've heard some things I'm not necessarily happy about, but that's only one team, one of the teams over with the Skyhawks, and we'll wait to see if that coach matures. But I'm a huge supporter of the head of that too. When it comes to Coach Barilla, because Coach Barilla is a solid dude who's a new head coach over there. So these two programs, I truly support both of them. And I can't say enough about both of the men that are at the top of the food chain, which is the head coaches of the high schools for both of those, when it comes to Silverado and when it comes to Green Valley High School. But again, I'm not hands-on at Silverado, but I'm definitely going to be behind the scenes helping when it comes to everything that Coach Powell needs. So, yeah, there you go. All right, man, let's get into – we got another commercial. Yep. Wait. Sienna. Yep, CC fan 2. Let's go.
What we're living in, let me tell ya. And it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big that should be small. Who can tell what magic spells we'll be doing for us? And I'm giving all my love to this world, only to be told I can't see, I can't breathe, no, my will be. And nothing's gonna change the way we live, 'cause we can always take but never give. Things are changing for the worse. See, wow, it's a crazy world we're living in, and I just can't see that half of us immersed in sin.
All right, welcome back. I know you guys saw a couple new companies. 180 Elite Marketing is now a part of the CCP family. We just gonna keep growing. You know what I'm saying? The whole family over here at Complete College Prospects, we just gonna keep growing and growing and growing, and doing everything that needs to happen. The show's gonna keep growing, and it's gonna be special. You know how it is, man. These I just keep getting messages. This show is live. That's what I love about it. Let's go to Ryan Hendon, right? Another great athlete. We'll chop it up on the other side. Thank you. That's Ryan Hendon. Hey, again, we got a couple questions, so I'm gonna get to that in a second. Ryan Hendon, great athlete. What I love about him is, we have different soccer players on here all the time. I've definitely grown to embrace soccer and the skill and technique that it takes to do the things that athletes do. Ryan is, when it comes to attacking the goal, incredible. He has some really good shots from distance. But the other part of that is when it comes to assisting his teammates and great ball placement in order to put them in range of scoring, even when he's attacking the goal. He's quick to get the ball out, put the ball in the correct spot so that his teammate can score as well. And so I really, really, really like Ryan. Again, it's not like these kids are perfect, right? They all have spaces that they could grow. When I put them on the show, it's because I see something that's really good in them. They know the things that they need to work on. I would say that with Ryan, if there was anything that he needed to work on, it would definitely be the corner shots. But outside of that, I think that you see that anything from about 30 degrees out from the goal, he can score. You know what I'm saying? So it's the corner shots that I would say, just placement on things like that. But outside of that, he's solid. You know what I'm saying? He's extremely solid and a really good player. And again, I don't have to say it, good person, good athlete, good student. So it's all there. Let's see. Let me answer this question first. What does the new company do? So 180 Elite Marketing is now a part of Complete College Prospect. And what 180 Elite Marketing does is they have replaced 2 companies that we used to have as part of Complete College Prospect. They now take care of all the brand development, marketing, and social media management when it comes to these athletes that come to Complete College Prospect. So here's what happens when you're at Complete College Prospect, right? If you're at Complete College Prospect, you get an opportunity for, not only do they help, well, one, NCAA certified, but not only do they help with the ability for you to get recruited, right? Put you in the right places, build out your portfolio, has done all the research to know exactly the information that coaches want when it comes to the recruiting process, and to get that all prepared for you. The earlier you get in, the better, obviously. So you 6th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade, you just starting as an athlete, you want to build your portfolio, but by the time it's time for you to go to school, everything is at Complete College Prospect, and any coach that wants to know about you, you can just shoot that to them. Or they also send it out to 5 schools a year, or 5 to 15 schools a year, depending on what package you have. So then they're consistently not waiting for schools to come to you. They're the schools you want to go to, they're putting that information out. But then 180 Elite Marketing will also take care of helping you build out your logos, your brand development, things when it comes to your NIL possibilities, things that you may want to consider whether the NIL deal that you're considering trying to get will work for you. Complete College Prospect now also goes from whenever you start, like I said, there's a 9-year-old with Complete College Prospect. From whenever you start to your first year of college. So they go with you. It used to stop at high school, but now it goes with you all the way into your freshman year to help and assist with anything you need when it comes to your NILs. If you need any networking to be set up with, attorneys that help deal with that kind of thing, or management that helps deal with those kinds of things, to get you connected to people you can trust, and has a great relationship when it comes to coaches, with college coaches. You can go, if you go through Complete College Prospects Twitter page, you see a lot of coaches on there already. But that's what it does, and that's what 180 Elite does with Complete College Prospect and all that they do. So it's a big family of things, and there's more companies coming. You know what I'm saying? That's the big thing. There's more companies. When it's all said and done, I think the plan is to be about 20 companies deep, helping to be one company, supporting kids, getting them to where they're trying to go, and opening doors. Let's see, E-Money Jules, breaking ankles for sure. That's what the kid's good, man. This is why I show you videos. I don't want to just hype these kids up. I don't just want to be the one that's out there like, oh, this kid is really good, and then you're hearing it from, no. Here's the video. You see the video and you tell me what you think. It's okay. I start the show with truth. If you see a kid and you're like, they're not that good, say it on here. But be prepared for people to defend that kid, because other people might think that kid was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But I put them on here because I want to make sure that they are seen. I think their talent deserves to be seen. Because I'll wait. You could give me a point guard that might be able to get with Sienna, but give me a mid. Give me a shooting guard or a power forward that can mess with Sienna. She's quick up and down the court. Shots is nice. She's willing to attack the goal. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? So, man, these kids are solid. Let's see. These soccer players are incredible. Absolutely. Got a whole brand new respect for all of that. Let's see. Got Ryan. Let's go to Hit World. Oldie but a goodie. And we're showcasing she just retired, the #1 woman rugby player in the world. She just competed in the Olympics, and she just retired, so we want to make sure to shout her out. Hit World. Let's go.
Trying to find this vibe for a long time. Always seeming like it's coming on its own time. But it feels so good, ain't gonna lie.
ride or die. Feel so good, ain't gonna lie. Never lie. Nah, that's goodbye. All the way up and you can't take this. Cause it's feeling so real that you can't fake this. But it feels so good, ain't gonna lie. Never lie. I ride or die. Feel so good, ain't gonna lie. Never lie. Nah, that's goodbye. We ain't never gonna quit. We ain't never gonna quit it, boy. Nah, we ain't never gonna quit. Nah, we ain't never gonna quit it.
Yo, hit world, man. Hey, let me be the first to say this, right? One, I didn't know you could run down the first baseman. And I definitely didn't think that the first time I saw it was going to be in softball. Softball girls, kudos. Yo, that's wild, right? Volleyball. Them two shots look like somebody look like a sniper hit them girls in the face with that ball. So I don't even know what to say about that. Hold on 1 second. Almost made a major mistake. Man, you got to remember to plug in your equipment. Mess around, not have no power. So just amazing sports. Hockey, you expect to be violent. But the young woman that the rugby player, like I said, this was her last Olympics. She was retiring. You guys could see exactly you can see exactly why she is feared. She took a woman and picked her up and was like, nah, I'm just going to take you with me so I can score. I think at one point, damn near the whole team hit her, and she was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to just keep this pushing. Yeah, man. Nah, hockey is a given, though. Hockey is a given on any day. Hockey's violent. I want to go to a hockey game. I still haven't been to one. I've trained some hockey players, but I've still never been to a hockey game. So that's my goal, is to get to a hockey game and see that violence up close. Heard it's something special when they smack the glass. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. All right. So I know you guys saw it up here. Let me just hit you with the commercial. So I know you guys saw it up here. It's my latest book. Definitely reasonably priced. You could get it in an ebook, paperback at Barnes & Noble or Amazon Books. Following the Right Path. This thing takes you from, I don't care how young you are, how young your kid is. It's not like the Complete College Prospect workbook, but this one takes you from everything from making, everything that I know of from kids I've worked with and myself going through it, my brother, my uncles, when it comes to sports, just in what it is today, when it comes to everything you need to know about from the first stop of even deciding what sports to play, what you're interested in, when it comes to finally making a decision to go with whatever sport you want to play, like you really want to specialize in, to your high school coaches, college, and everything else. It's going to walk you through the entire process of just understanding yourself, understanding the decisions that it takes to make. A lot of people don't understand that when they are deciding to go into sports, that it's really a family affair, because if you have siblings, you're going to have to spend a lot of time. Your siblings going to have to want to go to practice too, because your parents might need to bring them so they could go to your practice, your games, and the same vice versa. So there's a lot of investment that's required for an athlete to really get where they're trying to go. And so this takes you the whole path. It's a great read. It's very in detail, and it just makes you understand, if you could go through this book and read it and come out the other side, like, saying, I really want to do this, then this is for you, right? But if this book is definitely it's the third book that I've written. It's the best one that I've written. And it's definitely worth your time to get it for sure. I'm definitely going to be looking through and sending out some copies to some kids that either I've had on the show, some coaches, things like that. But you could definitely pick it up, like I said, ebook or paperback, Barnes and Noble, or ebook and paperback at Amazon. But again, it's there. Good book. And I'll definitely be having some almost like TED Talks soon. They'll be getting set up soon. So then you'll be able to participate in those as well. And they'll be, the first couple will probably be online. So you'll be able to participate from wherever you are. And then we'll look into maybe getting out to some places and with the book and talking to coaches and athletes and their parents. But again, following the right path, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, looking at putting it in a couple other places, but it's definitely going to be a good read for you if you have a young athlete or a high school athlete. Definitely want to get that. Definitely need that book. Hey, man, I promise you it's worth it. It's not just me. I've let some people read it. They've said it's worth it. I always take the word, it doesn't matter what I say as the author. It matters what other people say about it. And they definitely thought it was a really good book, really good when it comes to teaching people what they need to know. So I don't want to stay on it a long time, but I feel like I'm like tooting my own horn and I'm not necessarily cool with that. So, but yeah, grab the book. It's going to be a good one. Braden Bach. So this young man, right? He was like, thank you guys so much for putting me on the show, even though I don't know what you guys are going to say about me. Let's find out, Braden. Damn.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. Welcome to the room of people who have rooms of people that they love one day docked away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades. You love another psychopath sitting next to you. You love another murderer sitting next to you. You think I'd get it sitting next to you. But after all I've said, please don't forget. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them.
All right, so I was told I wasn't too far away from the mic. Sorry. Let's see. Talk your talk. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? For people that know me, I have no problem with tooting my own horn, but it's like there's just so many kids I want to get to. So when I'm on this show, in person, we can have a couple hour conversation about the book and everything like that. On the show, I just, I want to introduce you guys to it. Make sure I stay next to the mic. I want to introduce you guys to it. And I want to, we're going to continue to talk about it for weeks. Different things. So I definitely, I'm gonna talk my talk for sure. But hey, man, that kid, look, so here we go, right? I know he was nervous about what was going to be said about him. And this is what I have to say about you, Braden. You're a big body, tight end with good hands. I love it. You're willing to be violent. I love it. You're mobile. I love it. Tight at the high school level. Unless you're at an elite school, most schools don't even use a tight end correctly. They just use them as another blocker, right? So it's the elite schools or great coaches, right? It's the elite schools, and normally that's private schools, or it's great coaches that feel comfortable letting their tight end get out there, block sometime, run sometime, catch sometime. And what your coach is doing with you is fantastic. You got the size, you got the brains, you got the hands, you got the speed, you got the mobility. That's what I have to say about you, young man. So you didn't need to be afraid about what was going to be said on the show unless I wouldn't have put you on here, man, unless I believed in you. I'm going to continue to watch you. I'm going to continue to watch the journey. I'm going to continue to support you. You've been on the show. We'll try to get you on here so that me and you can do an interview together. But that's what I have to say about you. Everything I saw, I like, man. I even when the run was going opposite of you, you protected the blind side of your QB solidly. It was beautiful, man. So I love it. And I know your QB love it too. I know your running back love it too, because when he came on your edge, you locked it down, man. So great job. Keep up the work and just keep doing what you do, bro. Proud of you, man. All right. So this is going to be a first before we close out the show. I know everybody been waiting for it. So Ben Parker, QB, Green Valley High School. They have their game opener coming in 2 weeks, their season opener to start his senior season, do what he has to do. Movie trailer for it. Too sweet. Let's go. There you got it. You know what I'm saying? First time on the show. I'm sure that from here on out, we're going to get a bunch of kids sending stuff and we're going to go ahead and put it up. I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to see, building your brand, doing what you do respectfully. A lot of times you see these kids out here and the things they put up are bashing the other team or bashing the person they compete against. So I like that it's classy. It promotes what's happening. And the games that are coming up, and it doesn't put anybody else down. It just, puts people on notice. So, I'm with it all day. Let's see, too sweet. 4 facts, too sweet. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you got to build your brand, man. I can't stress that enough. You guys are a business. I think that's something that has not been spoken of enough when it comes to you young athletes. You are the business. You are the brand. You are the brand. Your name is the brand. What you do is the brand. It's your job to go out there and perform as the brand. Everything that you do is your brand. So when you go back and you talk stuff to your coaches, you're messing up your brand, because they're going to be the ones that turn around. When colleges come, they're not going to just talk to you. They're going to talk to people in your community. They're going to talk to teachers. They're going to talk to your coaches. And those are all people that are going to either say, that's yes. Everything that you think about this kid is exactly what this kid is. That's what's going to happen. Or it's going to be a mixed message. And some people are going to be like, yeah, the kid, everything kid's so great. But then you're going to have other people that are like, yeah, but they don't pay attention in class. They're a little rude. They talk too much. They do this, blah, blah, blah. Coaches might be like, yeah, really good when we're in a game, but sometimes at practice, it just depends, right? So remember that everything is about your brand. When you wake up in the morning, you leave your house, it's all about your brand. When you come home, it's all about your brand, because all of those people are the voices that are going to promote your brand to everyone and everything. That's the truth. Now, I'm not saying, again, you saw how I felt about Green Valley. I'll say what I have to say. I'll make sure my son will say what he has to say. When he's for whoever he's playing for, the brand is the brand. You have a right to stand up for yourself, right? You absolutely do. You have a right to not be happy about things. but you have to do it in a constructive way. You have to learn to speak, because again, you're not always happy with a company, but you go in, you talk, you solve it, you come to a resolution, and hopefully both parties can walk away good to go, even if that means separating, right? But remember, it's your brand. Just remember that. It's your brand. Everything is your brand. Man, I love having y'all here on the show. We'll be back on Sundays next week. And y'all know what it is, man. Bam. Love y'all. Catch you later.
Wait a minute. Get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper. Underground methods. Top-notch hoes. Get the most, not the lizard. Straight terror. Better than your errors. Pushing culture, baby. Got that powder you can measure. Trendsetter. The one who get the weather. Swerving while I'm bumping Project Pat.